Hi, welcome to Paleo Greenbird. I'm Greenbird, and today's video is going to be a $5 pressure flaking kit that anybody can make. And specifically this one here, Trey, is coming to you. Long time due, I apologize for the delay, but this is just a really cheap, down and dirty way that anybody can start enjoying flint knapping, by pressure flaking blanks. Right away. So anyway, let's start with the first part. This is the pressure flaker, and the pressure flaker is just a piece of beech wood that I had in my yard. Cut it up, put a copper nail in it. There's a number of different ways you can get the copper nail. This happens to be a flint knapping twisted copper nail that I had on hand at the time, but you could use a roofing nail, anything that's copper. The one thing you want to make sure of is that it is 100% copper, because there's a lot of copper plated stuff out there. But really, that's all this is, and this is held in place by a friction fit. I drilled the hole down into the beech wood. Right now, it sits almost in the bottom. I've been using this one a little bit, so what I did was, once it started to get really short, I pulled it out. I dropped a couple of copper-coated BBs in there. I think it was 2 or 3. Put it back in, and of course, you have to shim it afterwards, and you can use any small sticks. I actually use toothpicks, to be honest with you. So I mean, BBs, toothpicks, things that you probably have or can get relatively free. The stick you can get, the copper nail, depending on how you buy it. I mean, if you buy it online, you buy a box of 50, you're going to pay a little bit more, but most hardware stores or big box stores will sell them to you. One thing I did want to say about this, though, is that I noticed, if you can't see right there, I have a little bit of right there, a little bit of a blister, and that is because the initial pressure flaker that I was testing wasn't long enough. So every time I was pushing in, I was pushing against that part of that sharp part of the stick. So one thing I would say is err on the side of being longer than what you think it's going to need. This, even though it looks long enough, is still just a tad bit short once you start kind of working your fingers around it and doing things. I would say use the same rule of thumb as you use for a bow drill spindle and do the hang 10. So if I did the hang 10, this one's still a bit short. That probably would have been perfect. So just thought I'd share that with you. That's a good idea if you're thinking about doing the same thing. So onto the hand pad. The hand pad is made of a cedar fencing slat. I got this free. There's a fencing company that will let you go through all their scrap material. They have a big lot of it. You get pallets and whatever you want. And that's where I got this. It's in perfect shape. I don't know why they didn't use it. I just sanded it down a little bit. What I did do is for the leather, I happen to have a little bit of leather hanging around, but I did calculate this into the cost of the kit, and this could be any type of scrap leather. It could be an old purse you have laying around, a wallet, boots, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be. And then this is not super thick, high-grade leather. It's just thin, craft grade, but it'll do the job. And I have it layered in stacks of 3 on either side, a groove cut in the middle, and then a piece of leather in that groove. I did try originally just stacking, doing one across on the bottom and then stacking up to build that groove. And I just found it didn't work as well. Took up more leather and, just didn't work as well at all. So I went back to this method here. They're not super symmetrical as far as the same shape on the stacks. I didn't really care. I wasn't looking for that. This is just a nice, quick, down and dirty kit. Doesn't matter what it looks like. I did take advantage of this knot right here. Tell me what you think of this, Trey, for sure. And I put a little pinky finger groove in there. See if that makes a difference when you're adding pressure. So this is a nice, easy, down and dirty flint knapping pressure flaking kit that anybody can make. It doesn't come with a grinding stone, but who cares? Just go out in your yard, find a stone that grinds. Some do better than others. You'll see as you try them out. Obviously sandstone if you're in the right place for it, but I'm in Maine, and I'll just experiment with different kinds of rocks until I find one that grinds really good. Sometimes even shale will grind okay, but you know, if I have my sandstone grinder, I always go back to that. So Trey, let me know what you think of this kit. Try this pressure flaker out, keep shimming it and putting the BBs in. Let me know if you see any areas for improvement. This pad seems to work really good for me. That's why I've held off on sending it to you. I've been using one similar to it, not quite as good as this one of the earlier models, for about 3 weeks now. So I just wanted to make sure before I sent this off to you that it did its job. But I'm pretty confident you can build this for $5. If you don't have the leather around, you can find, you know, somebody who does crafts that has some scrapped leather. I mean, there's a million ways you can do it. You can trade, you can barter, but I'm fairly certain you can get this kit together for $5. So if you have any questions, comments, please post in the comments below, and really appreciate you watching the video. Trey, I hope you enjoy this kit, and I hope everybody finds a way to get outside and just learn something more about their history or something more about nature in general. So, till next time, this is Greenbird signing out. Bye, guys.